What's good, gamers? This, what has it been, like 2, 3 months? Game of the week is Sickle Cell. Oh, it's nice. Woo! Don't you love Sickle Cell, gamers? What? You don't know what Sickle Cell is? Well, let me explain. You fucking idiot. First, let's explain what exactly Sickle Cell, well, does. Or not does. Your likelihood of getting or having it. Let's start with this little thing called a Punnett square. Boom, boom. Boxes are extra. I don't care. Big S, little s. Big S, little s. So if you don't know how the Punnett square works, this very poor one will be a perfect example for anyone. Because fuck you. Big S. You don't have sickle cell. You don't even carry it. Go fuck yourself. Because sickle cell is recessive, which means the little s is carry it. So, big S, little s. That means you're a carrier. Big S, little s. That means you're a carrier. Little s, you see? That means you have sickle cell. And if you have sickle cell, you'll only carry on little s. So, unless big S, which is a completely sickle cell-free person, has a child with someone that's at big S, little s, there's no chance that they're going to continue on the half-blood thing. So unless one of your parents does not have unless both your parents have a recessive sickle cell, you're not going to get sickle cell. And little s, so second Punnett square. As a treat. You diabolical thugs want it. So little s, and let's say little s. Well, s. You know what's going to mean. There's a 100% chance that their child is going to get it because it's recessive, which means it follows the little s. There you go. So what exactly is sickle cell and why does it exist? Well, it exists to completely fuck you up. Now, on a realistic note, sickle cell is a misshaping of shells? It's not shells, what the fuck? Cells. So, like, your blood. Your blood looks like that, right? That's a normal blood cell. It has a little divot for the air. Who fucking cares? Human. You're normal. You're a person, right? But then sickle cell blood is like that. Banana blood. There you go. Look, that's sickle cell. So you might be wondering, okay, but what does sickle cell even do? Well, here's the thing. Do you know what your blood is for? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know how old you are. If you're watching this under the age of 18, or within my age group, which is late teens, probably shouldn't be here. Get the fuck out. This isn't educational. This is... fuck you. Go kill yourself. But blood carries oxygen. And that's the point of that little divot there. Blood carries around oxygenated blood. The blood gets oxygenated and it brings O2 to all your little cells. But here's the thing. This shape disallows for that. Because look, it's misshapen. It's not the circular thing. It's banana shaped. Fuck you. It's sickled. Now, an actual issue that could cause is blood clots. You know, you're saying, what blood clots? How? Well, it's because, look, it's rigid. This isn't too far off how it is actually shaped. Which means that they can bind and they can, well, block it up. They can block up an artery. Boom. Arteries blocked with all those little blood guys. See? They can bind with each other. Now, sickle cell isn't too big of a deal for most people. We have ways to deal with it. We have ways to sidestep its effects. But in the end, it's still an issue for a lot of people. Now, it's not a big issue in a first world country like America. But in places where it's, like, naturally made its home, like Africa, those places have a harder time dealing with sickle cell. Because, well, medicine. They don't have all the good medicine America has, or Canada has, or the UK has, or Japan has. I don't think Japanese people even can get. I don't know if they can get sickle cell. I don't know about that race. But here's something interesting. If you have sickle cell, you're basically immune to malaria. You might be wondering, immune to malaria? How? Why? Well, if you don't know, malaria is in fact a parasite, not a symbiotic parasite like. I don't think. Do humans even have any symbiotic parasites? Don't know. Don't care. But it binds to the blood, right? Little scrimblow here. Hear him right there? He'll breed with the blood, and that'll be how they reproduce in the bloodstream, right? But here's the thing. They can't do that with sickle cell. So, since sickle cell originates from Africa, or at least heavily implies that it comes from Africa, I've talked to sickle cell many times in my lifetime, it would make sense for sickle cell to be a evolutionary advantage by Native Africans to avoid malaria. Now, there is a way to get rid of sickle cell. It's not gonna fuck you. You can get rid of it. There is a way to. It's bone marrow transplant. If you can change like the type of blood your body is producing, you're not going to be producing that type of blood. Bone marrow transplants are hard to do, expensive, and most of all, well, you need fucking bone marrow. Also, they're super finicky, with things like race, genetics, and even the closeness of the person being heavy factors in whether or not you could get someone else's bone marrow. My phone screen doesn't want to fucking keep its focus. So, yeah, that's about it. If you have sickle cell, you are subhuman, and you should be put down like a dog.